I like the two mics. This is unique. I don't know if this one works or this one doesn't, but and especially with the introduction, thank you about that. She did a really good job introducing my company. Other than that, I like the questionnaire part. Had to start. You guys are gonna give me a challenge at the end. But to start, ArrowWay, my name is Aaron McGuin, close to McGuire. I'll take McGuire. He's a good baseball player. But it was good. I'll take it. I mean, I'll get some recognition from that. To start ArrowWay, it started as an idea, and it became a product. And as I was developing the product, I developed a business around the product. And from there, the products became the patent. And the patent covered the whole body, and it starts with the hand. And from there, it teaches you how to wrap any appendage, but let's just go with the hand for now to get the scope of the idea. And basically, it just has the directions on the wraps are going around as we speak, but it has the directions on the wrap itself. So as you're wrapping, it teaches you step by step where to go and how to do it with the dimensions of your hand. So that's where the ArrowWay came into a hand. And the fun part and the product I should explain as well. I saw my brother wrapping his hands one day, and he was using I'm not going to name any names, but Everlast, and he was wrapping his hands and watching YouTube. And on the back of the cardboard, it was like the 3 pictures and how to wrap your hand. And I'm like, what are you watching YouTube for? What is this? Why isn't this teaching you how to properly do this? He goes, it's just 2 steps, 3 steps, a couple words. And it kind of hit my idea, a bulb moment where you would say, or whatever it is. And why don't they have the instructions on the wrap itself? So I did my research, tried to figure it out, and they didn't have that. So I went ahead and got myself my buddy's friend is a doctor. His name is Jeff Rogers, and he sponsored me, or he was my partner right at the beginning, and he went ahead and gave me some funding to get the patent going, the first provisional patent going. So I started with the provisional patent, and that's when I got to the long process. As you can see, the patent process was the fun part. It was the learning part, but I got through it, and as I was going, I got consulted to do the whole body. At first I had the hand. I had the idea of the hand, and someone came up to me and was like, why don't you just do the whole body? Why can't you do ACE bandage for your foot? And why can't you teach somebody how to wrap their foot or their elbow or whomever, or whatever appendage it could be? So from there, I redid the whole patent, and that was the long, fun, calling a lot of people and bothering the patent office every other day. And eventually we got the 20-year patent for the whole body. So from there, the product just started. I was excited, and I thought I had something, and that's when I started developing the business. I wanted to get it locked down before I started talking about it. The industries and the product. The product that you guys are seeing, I handed around, is the boxing one. And I had a gut feeling to go with the boxing industry first, because I wanted to do kind of a proof of concept to show people this works. And my gut was telling me to go first with the MMA and boxing industry, and especially with the UFC growing so much. I mean, it's on Fox now, it's on regular TV, and which that gives you the window of opportunity with beginners. I call it the cycle effect. There's always going to be a beginner. There's always going to be an 8th grader that's coming through the school. There's always going to be a beginner that's going to want to learn how to box, or go to a class, or go to a UFC gym and learn how to do a boxing course or an MMA course. But for that first year, I'm going to push the MMA market. I'm going to show everybody the foundation of wrapping your hands, and ArrowWay wants to be that. And we're going to jump into, after that year, the medical market with ACE bandage. So if you guys see right here, we really want to get into first aid kits. So when there's no doctors around, or third world countries, like what happened with Texas and what's happening with Florida, certain things like that, when there's no doctors to help, we can send these packages to them. They can wrap their appendages as they need to, which is going to be a fun approach after the MMA market. So as we get going, I want to get the name out there. I want to get the awareness and get the concept of how it's done, and it'll be easier for the next year after that. I would say the cool thing about the industries, I did have an opportunity to make a Ninja Turtle wrap. I went to an expo in Pittsburgh, and this book company, they're called Pandora, and they're out of UK, and she came up to me and she saw the hand wraps. She said, oh, can you do this for Ninja Turtles? And I'm like, yeah, sure, of course. I've never done it before. And I made the Ninja Turtle wrap, and that was my first trial and error of dealing with big companies and what I was put up against. And that was my first fail. I priced it too high. The product was perfect, she loved it. My material was too expensive. So that was my adjusting moment. And I was at a younger age, so I wasn't prepared as I would like to be. But other than that, it got me developed and it got me ready for the MMA market. And I'm a lot more mature than I was before. I guess finding my yes. I found my yes with Meister Elite. There's a really cool company. I had a couple companies to choose from. It came down to two, and one wanted to buy my product and move to there and work for them. And I was gonna do it the night of. I was gonna move. It was in Orange County, California. I was gonna move there for the summer, test them out, see how it was. But something felt weird. I didn't like the vibe of selling my patent, and it was like my baby. You have a baby and you bring it up to 18 and then you just sell it. It doesn't happen like that. So for me, this is my baby at my age. So I went the other route and I did a license deal with a company called Meister. They're out of Minnesota. They're a great company. They're the #1 hand wraps sold in America right now, and their quality is unbelievable. And that's one of the main reasons why I got a hold of these guys. And which was really cool, what they brought to the table was they're going to be my manufacturers and my quality control. So they're going to get those headaches out of the way for me, so I don't have to worry about if something messes up, they can understand how to fix it quickly and efficiently. Other than that, they brought to the table their website. They have a lot of traffic, and Amazon.com and Walmart.com, which was a nice one for me. I like that one a lot, actually. The production-wise was the fun part. Their company that does their manufacturing is based out of Pakistan. I've been adjusting with their production and their holidays. I didn't know there's like month holidays. I'm like, what's going on here? So I'm learning the culture of different countries and how they work, which is the learning process. And it's fun to ask every other like a month or two, oh, they're on like a 2-week holiday. I'm like, why don't we get these holidays? Like, I think we get like 2 weeks off the whole year. These guys get like 2-3 months. So it's a really cool thing to learn people's cultures and how they get through certain scenarios. But it was fun seeing these pictures in the development process. We are in the production process now. We'll be done by that. We're done now, but we'll be done finally with packaging and wrapping everything up by the end of October. So I guess this month. And as you can see, the before and after, I don't know if it's clear enough right there, but other than that, wrapping it up, I'm turning myself into a salesman now. So I got the product, it's packaged, everything's ready. And now I have to turn myself into a salesman as in my avenues to approach. Like I looked into the other day, universities that have boxing courses. Maybe getting a hold of them, or the military, when you start combative courses right away with that, as well as boxing courses. And we're getting into a couple of gyms as well, as a UFC gym in Texas. So I guess the approach would be when you get into a gym or you're boxing, you want to feel comfortable. So the package deal would be with those wraps. So when you sign up, you get those wraps and you go home and you wrap your hands instead of going to the gym itself and feeling comfortable, don't know how to wrap your hands, you look like a new person. I always say like wearing jeans to play basketball. You don't want to really be that person that feels uncomfortable when you go into your first approach or first anywhere you do anything. Other than that, I would say we're coming soon. We are going to launch in end of October, and you can find us right away on Amazon.com and MeisterElite.com. Walmart's going to be the fun one. I think there's going to be like a week or two delay, but after that we'll be in stores and with them. I want to push them as much as I can because they're going to be my pilot to get into their main stores. But overall, I think it's a beautiful thing what we're doing here, and this is awesome. You guys let me come in and speak. I'm going to end up being here probably every other weekend if I can. I'm skipping class right now for this, so I might have to. But thank you guys for having me here, and I'm open for questions.